Hi, my name is Philip Konopka. I'm the Ag Agent in Lewis County.
Hi, and I'm Rebecca Konopka, Ag Agent in Carter County, and welcome to Around the Farm. Today we're going to be talking about poison hemlock, and it's that time of year. Everybody's ready to get their first cutting of hay on the ground just as soon as the weather cooperates. But one thing you want to make sure that you're looking out for as you cut those hay fields is this poison hemlock. Poison hemlock was native to Europe, but was introduced in the U.S. in the 1800s as an ornamental plant. Traditionally, it's grown along roadways, fence rows, and in areas not used as cropland. But more recently, across Kentucky and throughout the U.S., it's moved into our hayfields and our pasture fields. As the name implies, it is poisonous to livestock and humans. Typically, though, our livestock will not eat it because it has an unpalatable taste to them, but they will consume it if there aren't any other forages available, or if they eat it inadvertently in dried hay, because it is poisonous not only in the vegetative state, but also as it's dried in hay. The symptoms include pupil dilation, muscle weakness, trembling, and even comas and death by respiratory failure. So how do we control this plant?
That's an excellent question. Once we find it at this height, there's not much we can do other than mechanical. We can clip it back with a bush hog. Like Rebecca said, we can mow around it when we're cutting our hay, or we can come out here for just a plant or two and rogue it out with a hand and make sure you get the roots. Once the plant gets to this height, there is no chemicals I can tell you to use to control this plant. If you do spray it in pasture fields at this height, keep in mind you are going to alter the chemistry of the plant and make it very desirable for livestock, especially cattle. If they consume it, it will potentially kill them. What you want to do this time of year is to make sure you mark the places where you see the poison hemlock, and in early spring, late fall, you want to come back in and treat with something with 2,4-D. Keep in mind, anytime you use chemicals, make sure you read the label, and you especially want to pay attention to harvest restrictions and grazing restrictions with livestock. This plant is often confused with Queen Anne's lace or wild carrot. The difference being poison hemlock has a purple blotchy stem and very smooth. If you look at Queen Anne's lace, it is very hairy and no purple blotching.
Poison hemlock blooms in late May and early June, whereas Queen Anne's lace will not bloom until late June and July. If you have questions about poison hemlock or other forage-related items, contact your local county extension office.